Hey, Lola. Do you have a minute?
Oh, hi, Christy. I'm on my lunch break. What's up?
I heard from Kyle that your cooking isn't great. What's that about?
What? Kyle said that?
Yes. Don't you think you should work on your cooking skills?
I've been trying my best. I didn't realize it was that bad.
A wife's job is to make her husband happy, you know? How could you let Kyle say such things? What on earth are you trying to do? You need to sign up for cooking class right away.
I'd like to, but work's been so busy lately.
That's exactly the problem. You're a wife now. You need to prioritize your home life.
But my career is important to me too. Kyle understood that when we got married.
That was assuming you could handle the housework. If you can't even do that properly, it's a different story. If you can't attend classes, come over right now and I'll teach you myself.
Right now? But I'm at work.
I don't care if you're at work. You should be willing to make an effort for your husband. This happened because you're not trying hard enough.
But Christy, I have an urgent project.
Nonsense. Put work on hold. Making delicious meals for Kyle is more important.
That's not fair. My job is important too. I have responsibilities.
Your position is just ruining your family. You should be focusing on your home life.
I can't believe you think that way. This job was my dream.
Dreams aren't necessary for a family. Devoting yourself to your husband is what matters most.
I understand what you're saying, but I really can't come right now.
That attitude shows you're not ready. Come over and learn the basics from scratch.
But cooking skills don't improve overnight.
It depends on your effort. Anyone can get better if they really want to.
I get it, but I really don't have time today.
I don't want to hear excuses. I'll teach you myself, so just come over.
Why are you so obsessed with my cooking?
It's for my son's sake, of course. Don't you understand how important home cooking is?
I didn't realize my cooking was such a big issue.
It's a huge problem if your husband says it's bad. This is happening because you're not taking your role as a wife seriously.
All right, I'll take your lessons, but I might only have time for a little bit at a time.
You don't get to dictate the terms here.
Okay.
Hey Lola, can we talk?
Sure, what's up?
I need to talk to you.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
My mom's been calling me nonstop.
Okay.
She says you're not listening to her. What's going on?
Well, your mom told me my cooking isn't good enough.
Ah, that's why she's upset.
I made that dinner for her last Christmas, right? And she's been criticizing me ever since.
That was the first time she tried your cooking, wasn't it?
Yes, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, if Mom felt that way, we can't ignore it.
I'm not a professional chef, Kyle. My cooking might not please everyone.
Look, I can't say it's great either.
Wow, that's harsh.
Mom's complaining too, so shouldn't you be trying to improve it?
So you think I should just do what your mom says?
It's for the family, isn't it? Shouldn't you want to make me happy?
But I have a job too, Kyle.
Your job might be important, but so is our home life. You're my wife, right? Mom's right. You should focus more on the house.
Are you saying I should quit my job?
Well, yeah, kind of. Put our family first. That's what Mom wants too.
But my career matters to me.
Isn't a stable home life more important than your career? You should listen to Mom and improve your cooking.
I can't believe this.
Mom's offering to teach you herself. You should just go along with it.
But
What are you hesitating for? Do it for our family. If you handle the housework better, we'll all be happier.
I like my job, Kyle. I want to keep working.
Are you saying you won't listen to your husband or your mother-in-law?
It's just, do I really need your mom's lessons?
Of course you do. Mom has tons of experience. She's doing this for your own good.
But I
don't want to hear any more excuses. Just accept what Mom's saying, okay?
What is this?
I can't believe you've been cooking like this. No wonder Kyle says it's bad. It's terrible.
What? What are you talking about?
I thought I'd help you improve your cooking while Kyle's away on his business trip. But this is awful.
Wait, what? I mean, what are you talking about? My cooking? I haven't been cooking much since Kyle's been gone.
So you're just making lazy meals then?
Hold on. Did you just let yourself into our house?
It's my house too.
Just because we live next door, you can't just do that.
I came here to kindly teach you how to cook. You should be grateful. If your cooking improves, Kyle will be happier, and your home life will be better. I have way more experience, so you need to learn from me.
Huh?
Are these leftovers? I ate some from the fridge, and it's just as bad. You should cook fresh meals each time to show your love. Loving meals are the foundation of a happy home.
I haven't been meal prepping lately, since it's just me right now, and I've been busy with work.
What? But there was food in the fridge. This stew or whatever it is, your cooking always makes me sick. I threw it all out before it could send anyone to the hospital. Kyle agreed, by the way.
That was actually food you made yourself. You brought it over saying you made too much.
Huh?
Did you forget? But I had actually eaten dinner that day, so I guess I put it straight into the freezer. Kyle told me before he went on his trip that it was in the freezer. I've been working late and eating at the office. I haven't had a chance to eat what you brought over.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I'm still working overtime, so I had to finish dinner at the company cafeteria. I missed the chance to have it, and it was still there.
Well...
Yes, I know better than anyone that I don't have any leftovers right now. It seems that you misunderstood what you made yourself.
Huh? Oh, that's right. Well, I must be coming down with a cold or something. My taste buds must be off. I really can't believe it.
I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you should rest at home if you're not feeling well. We wouldn't want you to get sick. It's best to rest when you're not feeling your best.
Yes, I think I'll do that. I'll come back to teach you more when I'm feeling better. Hey, what's going on with my mom again? I'm on an important business trip and this is such a hassle. Are you trying to mess up my work? Cut it out already.
Kyle, what are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Mom texted me saying you tricked her. She said something about the food being tampered with. She said the stew was incredibly bad and she threw it out.
Tricked her? Didn't you know about this? I didn't do anything. She came into our house uninvited, took that stew from the freezer, defrosted it, tasted it, complained about it in texts, and threw it out.
That stew you made, right? Yeah, it was terrible.
That was your mom's stew.
No way. I told Mom to throw it out because it was bad.
What? I wouldn't make such an awful stew. Stop insulting me.
But Mom wouldn't lie. Mom's always right.
That's not true. Why won't you believe me? I'm your wife.
Because Mom says she doesn't like your attitude. She says you should show more gratitude. How can I trust someone who isn't grateful?
Grateful? For what?
Exactly. You don't seem to care about our home. You're always working and neglecting the household.
That's not true. I'm trying my best.
Well, both Mom and I feel that way. If you don't start showing that you value our family more, our relationship won't improve.
What do you want me to do?
First, listen to what Mom says about cooking and household matters. You should accept her advice.
But
I don't want to hear excuses. Mom is saying these things for our sake. Put our family first and make an effort to listen to Mom. Got it?
okay. Christy, I just got home. What the hell were you doing here? I told you, you can't just let yourself in our house whenever you want.
Oh, you're home late again. I was worried about you.
What do you mean?
What?
The fridge is empty. You did this, didn't you? What were you thinking? Why are you doing this?
Yes, I did indeed. I moved everything in my house. It's so that you can learn to cook properly.
Why would you do that? Please stop coming in and doing anything you want. This is our house.
I'm going to be moving in from now on. You will learn how to properly do your wife duties under my supervision.
What? What are you talking about? That's not what I'm asking. I have a job and I can't do that.
You must quit your job by the end of this month. You need to focus on your family. It is unacceptable for you to do nothing but work and not take care of your family.
What are you talking about? I have no intention of quitting my job. Work is an important part of who I am.
Don't be stubborn. You need a strict training. Put your family first.
What a selfish thing to do. Did I do something to you for you to treat me this way? I'm just leading a normal life.
I'm just trying to make you learn how to make a home. You know what? I told you to make everything from scratch, but you didn't.
Yes, I did. Didn't you eat it too?
You're lying. You ordered the food somewhere else and made it seem like you made it. Otherwise, there's no way they could make it taste like that. I don't believe you.
Do you really think I would do that? I worked so hard to make it, but you still don't trust me.
I'm furious that you're trying to hide how bad you are at cooking. Not only did you stomp all over my kindness in trying to help you, but you had the nerve to add something to the stew I made for you, ruining it completely. And then you have the audacity to imply that what I made was terrible to begin with. I'm honestly ashamed to have such a good-for-nothing as my daughter-in-law. I'd love nothing more than to see you divorced, but I'll give you one last chance. Get your butt over to our place right now. I'll teach you how to cook myself, and believe me, you'll learn.
Is that so? Well, if that's how you feel, be my guest. But I'm not quitting my job. My career is important to me too.
I will discipline you thoroughly from today. Learn to take care of your home.
I'm so sorry for being such a terrible cook. If it's such a problem, why don't you cook for yourself from now on? I clearly can't meet your standards.
What are you talking about? You're here to make me shape up?
Well, I'm staying at a hotel tonight. I can't take this anymore. I won't be following your orders, Christy.
Lola, what the hell do you think you're doing? Come on.
I'm staying at a hotel tonight. I can't take this anymore. I won't follow your mother's orders.
Hey, what are you talking about?
I came home and everything in the fridge was gone.
Oh, that was my mother's doing. She had to step in because apparently you can't handle household chores properly.
I was doing the best I could. I don't deserve your sarcasm and complaining.
You haven't been taking care of things at home. I get that work's busy, but neglecting the house is a problem. Especially your cooking, it's terrible.
That is rude. You were ungrateful.
Try to see it from my perspective. Your best isn't cutting it. You should accept Mom's help and let her teach you.
Teach me? What exactly are you planning to make me do?
First, learn how to manage the household properly. Especially improve your cooking. Mom's offering to teach you from scratch. Don't waste this opportunity. Come home right now.
Even if you say that,
I don't want to hear your excuses. Like Mom said, you need to learn how to take care of our home.
but I have a job too. I can't do all that.
If you keep neglecting our home, we might have to consider divorce.
Divorce? Do you really think that's the best solution?
It's better than our family falling apart.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You still don't get it? That's why you need Mom's guidance.
I'm not quitting my job, and I can't focus on home in this situation.
That attitude is the problem. If you won't show you care about our family, divorce is the only option.
Fine. I'm ready for a divorce. I want to prioritize my own life too.
Now you're just being defiant.
Yeah, I've reached my limit. I can't stand your mother's interference anymore, and you never take my side.
You can't handle my interference? You're so weak. You have no idea how hard I've worked to keep this family together. So pathetic.
I'm sick of your harassment, Christy. I'm trying my best, but all I get is criticism. Your son doesn't care about me either. I can't continue this marriage.
Of course. I'm trying to teach you and you just run away. How could anyone care about such a daughter-in-law?
You're both terrible people, like mother, like son.
This is what happens when you don't listen. And now you're accepting divorce? How ridiculous.
I'm not running away. I want to prioritize my life. I'm tired of you two not understanding me.
Your attitude is the problem. You should be more devoted to your family and listen to me. Talking about divorce is absurd.
I've tried, but I'm at my limit. I can't balance work and home while dealing with your interference.
Fine. Do what you want. You'll regret it later.
I won't regret it. I want to live at my own pace without your constant meddling.
How selfish. Fine. Experience the huge loss of divorce.
All right. Thank you for everything. Now please pack your bags and leave this house with your son immediately.
What? Have you lost your mind?
This house belongs to my family. I told you and your son that house is my parents' house.
What? I never heard about this.
Yes, I did tell you. My parents are coming back next month after their overseas assignment.
Huh?
Please leave before my parents return.
We can't just leave suddenly. I thought this was my son's house. Unbelievable.
You're so self-centered, not even listening to others. Just leave with your son. I'd appreciate it if you're gone by the time I return from the hotel.
You're the selfish one, asking for divorce and then kicking us out? Who does that?
I don't care what you say anymore. We've decided to go our separate ways. Wait, we have nowhere to go. It's impossible to find a new place right away.
Won't you reconsider for Kyle's sake?
That's your problem, not mine. I'm tired of your selfish behavior.
But Kyle must be struggling too. You're still married. Think about my son.
Kyle never understood me either. I'm done sacrificing for him. We're adults. Figure it out yourselves.
We have no money. How are we supposed to live? We really need you.
That's your responsibility. I've been working hard all this time, and now you want me to quit my job? I don't want to be involved with you two anymore. I'm done.
Please reconsider. Help us, your family.
I'm cutting ties with you both. I won't tolerate this anymore.
Don't be so cold. We have no one else to rely on.
That's unfortunate, but I've made my decision. I've already called Kyle's grandmother to come get you too. Leave with your son.
Why her? What are we supposed to do?
She said she would help me with anything. You'll have to leave regardless.
Oh no! What are we supposed to do?
I don't know, and it's not my problem anymore. I'm severing all ties with you. Goodbye.
Lola, wait!
After that, Kyle's grandma came quickly to pick them both up, taking them away. With the house empty, I was able to regain some peace of mind. My divorce from Kyle was finalized smoothly, and I felt like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. However, when I checked my parents' house next door, I was shocked. It was filthy and completely unlivable. I had to renovate it before my parents returned, so I billed the renovation costs to Kyle and his mother. Of course, they couldn't pay it, so the grandma ended up covering the expenses for now. As a result, Christy and Kyle had to work desperately to repay this debt. They're now working from dawn to dusk, living a life with no breathing room. My ex-mother-in-law, being older, is pushing her physical limits, while Kyle is exhausted from juggling two unfamiliar jobs. Seeing them struggle like this, I feel a bit of satisfaction. I'm single again, living peacefully with my parents. From now on, I plan to live my life at my own pace, being true to myself.
Sorry to bother you while you're busy at work. I just have a quick question, so can I have a minute with you?
What? Make it quick.
Yeah, I just got a call from your mother. She said something I don't understand. She was asking about when we are going to move our stuff into our house. Can you explain to me what's happening?
That's because we're moving in with my parents next month. Don't keep calling me about stupid stuff.
It's not stupid stuff. What do you mean by moving out? You didn't tell me anything about that.
Me and you are moving out. Do you understand?
Huh? Wait a sec. Does that mean we're living together with your parents? When did you decide to do so? I don't think we had a discussion about that.
It was my decision, so it's absolute. It's my parents' house anyway.
It's not good. You should have told me about that. We made a promise before we got married that we won't live together with your parents. Did you forget? You just broke our promise.
Maybe we did make a promise, but that was a long time ago. You're a housewife who lives on my income, so shut up and do as you're told.
That's because you asked me to stop working. If you want me to work, I'll do it anytime you want. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm not moving in with your parents.
Why not? Are you telling me that you hate my family that much?
I'm afraid I must say yes. Every time I meet your mother, she always bullies me. Besides, if we have to live with your parents, that means we'll be living with your sister too, right?
Well, yes. Dahlia is still young, so she wants to live with our parents for a while. You should understand that.
I don't think your sister is young anymore. She's already 25 years old. I mean, I don't think she should depend on your parents. Moreover, every time we see each other, she always asks for allowance. I don't think that's a thing that an adult woman should do.
Dahlia is my cute little sister. You must take care of your loving husband's little sister.
I don't know what you're talking about. She treats you as if you were an ATM. Don't you realize that?
Shut up! Don't you dare insult my family! Anyway, you must obey me. If you don't want to live together with me, let's get a divorce.
Divorce? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. I've got divorce papers ready for you. I don't have to force myself to hold on to you. If you think I'm lying, look in the safe.
What? Looks like you really are serious.
That means I'm ready to dump you anytime. If you don't want me to dump you, you're gonna have to shut up and comply. Well, I've got some work left to do, so I'll see you then. Have you got all the stuff packed? Don't tell me you haven't.
I've got my stuff packed. I didn't expect that we'll be in this kind of situation.
What's with that tone of voice? Are you still complaining? Well, that's okay. I'll start to live with my mom and dad starting tomorrow. After all these years, at last I'm able to do that. I've been waiting for this day to come.
Oh, come on. We've been visiting your parents every week. It hasn't been that long since the last time you saw them. How much often do you want to see your parents?
Even if I see them every week, it's been a while since I spent a whole day together with them. I'll be able to eat Mom's delicious food from now on. After all, there's nothing better than Mom's cooking. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm sorry that I'm not good at cooking. I know that you just want to say how awful my cooking skill is.
That's not true. Your food isn't bad, but it's not as good as Mom's. It's like comparing a fine French cuisine and dog food. Of course, yours is dog food.
How rude of you. Stop making fun of me, will you? There are things you can say and things you can't say, even between a husband and wife.
I mean, it's the truth, so it can't be helped. Anyway, I'm the one who puts food on our table. That's why you're in no position to give me any opinion. I'm moving in with my mom and dad tomorrow. If you don't like it, we'll have to end our marriage.
I understood. I've already filed for divorce, so I won't be going with you.
What are you talking about? Are you kidding me?
I'm telling the truth. You were the one who came out with the idea of getting a divorce, weren't you? I just took the divorce papers and filed them. They were accepted, so now we're strangers. Your wish has come true, Raphael.
What a stupid thing to do! Can't you even take a joke? You must cancel the divorce procedure right away.
I don't want to. You were the one who told me first we were getting a divorce. I just went along with it. You even prepared the divorce papers.
That was just to scare you. I wasn't serious at all. Why did you take that seriously?
You know what? There are some jokes you can tell and some you can't. To say a joke about getting a divorce is horrible.
You shouldn't have filed for divorce on your own. You didn't discuss anything with me. We're a married couple, so we're supposed to talk things out.
I beg your pardon? You were the one who decided to move in together with your parents without consulting me in advance. We promised before we got married that we would discuss important matters together, didn't we? You haven't kept any of those promises.
You didn't even discuss the important matter of divorce with me. The matter about living together with my parents is nothing compared to that. It's not unusual for married couples to live with their parents anyway.
You just don't understand. Moving in with parents is a serious matter for a married couple like us because it will affect our future. It's a good thing we got divorced before we moved in together.
Are you seriously going to leave me? You're married to me because you love me, right?
I'm serious. I mean, we're divorced already. It's not a matter of love anymore.
Well, if you insist, then I have nothing more to say. By the way, how are you going to live from now on? You don't even have an income since you're not working.
I'll be fine. I have my own plan about that. You don't need to worry about my future.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I've been thinking that you and I might get divorced sooner or later.
What do you mean?
Ever since I became a housewife, you started acting like a king. You are very arrogant. I don't know if you're longing for the old-fashioned way of being a good husband, but it was very stressful for me. You always complained whenever I cooked for you. You would bring your subordinates to our house out of the blue and treated me like a servant. On top of that, when I went to your parents' house, your mother bullied me whenever she had the chance. Your sister even joined your mother to bully me just for fun. You don't just turn a blind eye to it. You even laughed at it. All of that was too hard to bear. I've had enough.
I didn't know that you were so unhappy. You should have told me.
I told you many times. You're the one who didn't listen to me. Lately, I told you that your mother has been bullying me. I asked you to stop her, didn't I?
Bullying? I don't get it. Was it that bad? It seemed like you're not telling me the truth. Mom was just trying to be nice to you.
I don't think so. At first, she said that I'm not a suitable wife for you. Then, she also said that the home-cooked food I brought was terrible. At first, I thought it was just sarcasm. Lately, every time I see her, she kept asking about me, about when we'll have kids. She said that I'm the reason why we still don't have kids. She even told me that a wife who can't give birth to children is disqualified as a woman. Can you believe that? Well, I think I've told you about this too. Seems that you have forgotten about it.
I think I did hear something about that. But I didn't think my mother was bullying you in the first place. I'm sure that she didn't say those awful words straightforwardly to you.
What? The words your mother used whenever she talked to me were very rude. It's not just your mother, but your younger sister was also bullying me. Every time I went to your parents' house, I was stressed out.
That's nothing compared to other families. I've seen it on TV. You should at least put up with it a little bit.
Huh? A little bit? That's enough. We're already strangers anyway. Your mother and younger sister are also no longer my in-laws. You can say whatever you want.
Wait a minute. Are you serious? Are you really divorcing me?
You're so persistent. Don't make me repeat it. I said I've divorced you. I don't want to see your face anymore. I'm leaving first.
What? From now on? Where are you going?
Are you stupid? Of course I'm not gonna tell you where I'm going. I don't want you stalking me. I don't want you to find out where I live. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Goodbye.
Daphne, wait. I don't care if you regret what you've done later. Long time no see. How are you? Is everything okay?
Huh? Is that you, Raphael? Looks like I forgot to block you. Anyway, I have nothing to say to you.
Hold on a sec. I contacted you because I have something important to tell you. Listen to me, please.
I don't have anything important to talk to you about. It's all taken care of already.
Don't be so cold to me. Just listen to me.
Okay then, make it quick, please.
I went to your parents' house a few months ago because I wanted to see you and talk to you.
I know. My parents told me, but they turned you away. Well, of course they did. You deserve that.
Yeah, well, I'm the one who caused our divorce. So I guess it's understandable that they don't want to deal with me anymore.
Oh, seems that you realized what you've done wrong. I thought you weren't sorry at all.
That's not true. What a terrible thing to say. I've been thinking about it a lot since you left. That's why I decided to contact you.
Okay, let's just get to the point. You said that you want to tell me something important? You're not going to ask me to start over, are you? I'm telling you up front. I absolutely refuse.
Why? We loved each other, didn't we? That's why we got married.
Well, we may have loved each other at first, but I was wrong.
What do you mean? You were actually waiting to hear from me, weren't you? That's why you didn't block me?
No, I didn't. You're just too confident. I've been busy with other things that I forgot to block you.
By the way, I heard that you started a new job.
Oh, I didn't know you heard about that. I've always wanted to work.
I heard from a friend, and it sounds like you're working for a pretty good company. Keep up the good work.
Well, my friend helped me to get that job. It's a very interesting job.
That's great. I'm happy for you, and I know that you're such a talented person. I couldn't get into such a big company.
Thank you for your compliment. So, what do you want from me?
I was just wondering, since you're working for a good company, you have a high income, right? How much is your monthly income?
Well, I don't want to give you a specific amount, but it's twice what you made when you were married.
Really? That's impressive.
I don't feel good about this. You have never given me any compliments before.
That was in the past. You shouldn't bother about that anymore. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna propose that we start over.
I don't want to do that. I don't know how you got that idea. Are you out of your mind? We're already divorced.
I'm serious. I still love you, Daphne.
You make me worry even more. Besides, I don't love you at all.
I quit my job, so I'm looking for a new job. Life is pretty hard for me now. I was wondering if you could help me.
I heard about that. I also know why you quit your job.
Huh? Who told you that? I didn't tell anyone.
We've known each other since middle school. Even if you don't want to hear it, rumors will start. Didn't you hear about me from your classmates in middle school?
Yes, you're correct. So that means not only you but our classmates know about the fact that I got fired for messing around with a young girl in the company.
Yes, of course. The other day, when I got together with my classmates, we had a lot of fun. The rumor about why you lost your job was a great conversation starter.
What the? That's horrible!
But still, what kind of nerve do you have that you dared to go out with another woman right after our divorce? It's a good thing that I divorced a jerk like you. I never want to see you ever again.
I was just lonely. I just wanted someone to comfort me.
What a pathetic man you are.
But I was wrong. I finally realized it.
Realized what?
I knew you were the one for me. That's why I married you.
Stop talking nonsense. I'm getting goosebumps here. Can you just keep your jokes to yourself?
Don't say that. I'm serious. You still love me, don't you? Just be honest.
No, I don't. I don't even have a shred of regret for divorcing you. On the contrary, I feel good that we are now strangers. I'm stress-free now.
Don't lie to me. You've been talking about me to your classmates, so that means you still have some feelings towards me, right?
I did talk about you, but don't get me wrong. I never said any good word about you.
Your classmates didn't say that. You don't have to be tough with me. They said something about you having unfinished business with me.
Huh? There's no way I still have feelings for you. I'm sure that my classmates were just trying to be polite with you. Seems that you were too persistent when you asked questions.
That's nonsense. You still love me. I can sense that.
Jeez, I'm tired of talking to you. You just don't seem to understand what I'm trying to tell you. I'm sorry, but if you have nothing more to say, let's end this conversation.
Wait a minute. Can we talk face to face? It's really hard to express my feelings just by texting you like this. I want to see you, Daphne.
Huh? You've got to be kidding me. I absolutely hate the idea of meeting you in person.
Don't say that. Just for a little while, okay? Where are you now? The company you work for is in New York, so you live in New York, right? Tell me your address.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Then I guess I'll just have to go to your office. Otherwise, I can't meet you.
What? Don't you dare come to my office.
No, I have to meet you. I'll be there tomorrow.
Hold on a sec. Even if you come here, I won't meet you. You got that?
Hey, explain to me. It's terrible that you told the police to arrest me.
I didn't expect that you'd actually come to my office. Give me a break, okay? I'm glad I told the security guard beforehand that you're coming.
I'm not giving up until I meet you. I'll definitely meet you.
I don't think you'll ever see me again.
Huh? Why not?
I've got a restraining order from the police. Next time you make any contact with me, you'll be arrested. I want you to go home to your mother and sister, whom you love very much. You were so happy to be living with them.
I don't want to do that. My mom is suffering from dementia, and I can't handle it anymore. My sister doesn't even work and she just asks for money. I don't want to live with them. I want to live with you.
So you finally understand. It's too late.
I don't want to live with them anymore. I promised you that. I'll never say I want to live with them from now on. Let's start over, Daphne. I'm begging you.
It's too late. I'm not going to have anything more to do with you. I'm going to block you from now on. Stay away from me for the rest of your life.
Wait!
Also, there's no point in trying to meet me any further.
I don't understand.
I'm going abroad next month for work. I'm going to live abroad for a while.
Seriously?
Yeah, so I don't think you'll be able to come and see me no matter how hard you try.
Oh no! Please don't abandon me.
I don't care about you. You just have to get on with your own life.
I'll do my best to support you from now on. I promise.
I'm sick of hearing your promises. Why don't you just solve everything by yourself? I don't need you to support me. Goodbye forever, Raphael.
Hey, wait!
My ex-husband seemed to desperately search for my whereabouts, but he never found me. As I had declared to my ex-husband, I left for overseas shortly after. According to my friend, my ex-husband was working part-time job. With a mother who needs care and a sister who doesn't want to work, he's struggling to make ends meet. Also, the rumor about why my ex-husband got fired from his previous company has spread among my classmates. I think he will have a hard life for a while. I can only say that he deserved it. On the other hand, I'm still struggling to get used to my life abroad, but I love my job and I'm living a happy life. I'm very glad that I divorced Raphael at that time. I think I'm going to enjoy living a comfortable life as a single person for a while.
Nice to meet you. You're Scott's wife, Rachel? Yes, nice to meet you. I'd like to talk to you. Do you have a moment now? Who is this? How do you know my number? My name is Sarah. I used to work for the same company as your husband. I had just joined the company, so he was my trainer. I asked him for your number. I see. I didn't know he was training a newbie. He was a very nice trainer. By the way, what do you need from me? Yes, this is very important. Actually, I've been dating Scott for about 7 years now. What? What do you mean by dating? We love each other. Love each other? My husband is married to me. Of course, I know that. So you knew he is married and you were dating him? Yes, 7 years ago. Scott, my trainer, and I, the trainee, fell in love. I still believe that we are meant to be. In other words, you were having an affair with him, is that correct? For 7 years? 7 years ago, I think that's the time we got married. You guys have been dating before we got married? That is right. At that time, he chose you and I couldn't be his wife. But now we don't know which of us he is serious. Hey, this is not some kind of joke. I wouldn't text to tell a wife something like this as a joke. Right. Scott and I have a 4-year-old daughter. What? A 4-year-old daughter? My youngest daughter is 4 years old too. I mean, you kept it a secret for 7 years. Why are you telling me now? Are you asking me to break up or something? No, there is no need to. It seems that he doesn't want to get divorced either. And I am quite satisfied with my life as it is now. But your daughter has no father, right? Are you raising her by yourself? It's fine. Scott comes to our house and plays the role of a father. That's why he's not around on weekends. And when he spends so much money on drinking and golf, actually it was for... He gives us enough money every month to live on, so we don't have any problems on living. I don't want to destroy your family either. You've kind of destroyed it already. Then why did you tell me? I'm thinking of letting my daughter take piano lessons. Why not? That's a good idea. There's no need to ask for permission, is there? But in order for her to practice piano as much as she wants, we need to move to a soundproof apartment. Oh, okay. Plus, if I buy a piano and let her take lessons, I'll need more money than that. Well, if you're going to put that much effort into it, I'm sure you will. That's why I wanted Scott to give us more money. Excuse me? I heard that you manage the living expense, so I reached to you directly. Do you mean that we have to give money from our family's budget to a woman who is having an affair? Is that why you told me about the affair you have been continuing for the past 7 years? I was going to keep it a secret from you, but it's for my daughter's sake. I had no choice. You work from home, right? We depend on Scott's money and we're having a hard time. If that's the case, why don't you work? I am having a hard time raising my daughter. I mean, I have 2 children, but I work. Anyway, we've reached the limit to make ends meet with his savings and allowance. So please give us some of your money. I give him quite a lot of money every month, and now that I know it's being used for you and the child, I feel like not to give him any more. And now you want me to give you even more money? Do you realize how selfish you are? We won't destroy your family. I'm just asking for money. Is that a problem? You're the type of person who doesn't understand. Fine. I'm glad you understand. Then can you transfer the money today? No, I can't do it today. Anyway, I'd like to confirm things with my husband. If it's about money, it's not something I can answer right now. Would it be alright if I talk to you later? Yes, but I would like her to start taking piano lessons as soon as possible. Please reach me as soon as you can. It was truly shocking. It is true that my husband is very busy and spends very little time at home. However, when he is home, he is a good father who often plays with the children. When I asked him when he came home that night, he admitted to cheating on me and apologized. Ma'am, it has been almost a week now since that day. Have you considered about it? My daughter is looking forward to going to a class soon. I checked with my husband right after that, and he admitted it. So I decided to believe your story. Okay, so what about the money? We cannot support you financially, so I refuse. What? My beautiful daughter has a talent for the piano. Are you going to crush her talent? How can you do such a terrible thing? That has nothing to do with us. It does, because her dad is Scott. She's your husband's child. We're getting divorced. What? Divorce? No, I didn't ask for that. What are you doing? We've thought it over. I think it's difficult to manage two families' finances on my husband's income. That may be so, but... So he should divorce me and be together with you. Wait, I'm sure you can manage your family finance with your income. So you want me to give you all of my husband's income? That's very arrogant of you. We don't have any money, so there's nothing we can do. Without his income, my daughter and I will starve. That's because you don't work. I told you I'm busy raising my daughter, didn't I? That's just an excuse. In fact, I am raising 2 children myself. I work in between. That's, Today I'm discussing divorce with my husband with a lawyer. Oh no! I'm leaving everything else to him. I believe he's going to your place. So you guys decide the rest. You should officially become husband and wife and raise your daughter together. I don't think that's a good idea. I want things to stay the way they are. I can't now that I know about the affair. I can't live the same way. But you have 2 kids, right? Wouldn't they be better to stay with Dad? Yes, but it's better to be divorced and raise myself than to live with a man who cheated on me. My kids and I will be moving out soon, so you guys cannot reach me anymore. I don't think they would want to know that their father is a man who cheated on his wife before they were married. But don't you feel sorry for Scott? He won't be able to see his children. He cheated on me. He deserves it. What? So don't worry. You can marry Scott. I told you I'm not asking you to divorce or remarry. Why? If he divorces me and remarry you, he can spend his income on you. Up until now, I've been managing his money, but that will be gone. It's good for you. I'm not interested in destroying other people's families. It's already over 7 years ago when you started dating my husband. But you only found out recently. I did find out recently, but if he has been cheating on me for the past 7 years, then we were over from 7 years ago. That's not my fault. No, I think my husband is the worst. That's why I'm divorcing him. Please don't divorce him. I feel sorry for him. I have no compassion for people who cheat. Well, I have to go see my lawyer now, so if you'll excuse me. Wait a minute. Don't get divorced. He'll be sad. The woman who introduced herself as Sarah said some mysterious things, so I discussed it with my lawyer. He suggested me that he would do a background check on her, so he started to investigate her while we proceeded a divorce. I told my husband not to see her until the investigation was done, and finally I was able to get the results that I can satisfy. Why is Scott moving in with us? Please don't do anything without asking me. The lease is under Scott's name, and the person living there is someone he has been with for many years and his daughter. So it's natural that he would move in there after divorcing me. That's true, but... Then I don't see any problem with Scott living with you. There are many problems. I only need him to come see us a few times a week. Is that because you don't want your real boyfriend to find out? What? What are you talking about? What do you mean by a real boyfriend? I don't have anyone else. There's no point in playing dumb. I thought something was wrong, so we investigated you. What? Sarah, you have another boyfriend, don't you? Perhaps your daughter is his child. My child is definitely Scott's child. If you don't say so, you won't get any money from Scott. What's up with you? Do you have any proof? I won't forgive you if you insult me without any proof. I looked up the date of birth of your daughter and calculated backwards. Huh? That was when Scott was on a long business trip. He was abroad for about 3 months. Isn't it strange to have a child? There could be some time gap. Besides, your daughter is 4 years old, right? My daughter's birthday is 6 months after yours. It was the year I got pregnant, so I remembered he had to go on a long business trip. I was able to know the truth because our children are the same age. I certainly don't have any clear evidence, but what would Scott do if he found out about this? Don't tell me you told him. So your daughter is not Scott's child? So what? My real boyfriend doesn't make much money. So I'm just pretending that she's Scott's child for the time being. He is happy believing it. It would be better for him not to tell anything unnecessary. Well, it's none of my business. Do as you please. Anyway, I've already told Scott, but you guys have to pay me the child support. What? Child support? Yes. When you told me about the affair, you were prepared for this situation, weren't you? If you had kept it quiet, I wouldn't have known, but you reached and told me you are having an affair. It's like you want to pay me the child support. Why would I pay? I'm the one who gets paid, right? I don't understand how you can get that idea. For 7 years, you knew my husband was married. You guys were cheating on me, right? Then I have the right to ask for the child support. I've already told you that we don't have that kind of money. I've been telling you for a while now that you should work. I was getting money from Scott because I didn't want to work. It seems like he has been paying you a lot of money. Thanks to you, he has no more savings. Now he's penniless. That's what he wanted to do for me. In other words, you lied to him that she's his child and steal his money though. Depending on the case, but he may also ask you to take the responsibility. Well, it doesn't matter to me. From now on, you guys have to pay me. The child support for 2 children, so I'm sure it's going to be tough. That's not my business. But it seems like he's planning to remarry you. I know it's going to be tough, but please work hard and pay. Wait! Don't put me in trouble. You know I have a real boyfriend. I don't want Scott if he doesn't have any money. Please tell him that directly. I've already decided to ask for the child support and we've already got divorced. You are no longer of any concern to me. Oh no. I'll return him to you, so come and get him. I don't need him. No, thank you. My real boyfriend is coming. Please, let me live my life as before. Why don't you just stay with him and live as you have been doing? We can't go back to the way we were before. Why do I have to listen to all of your favors? I'll do anything what you ask. Then suffer. No, hey! Scott started to bring in his stuff. There's no way 3 of us can live in this small apartment. Well, he has already moved out of our house, but he doesn't have much stuff, so you should be fine. He sold things which he collected as a hobby to earn money to pay you. It seems like he really cares about your family over there. That's not good. If my real boyfriend found out, I'd be in trouble. You're lucky I saved you the trouble of explaining it to him. Please, I don't need him anymore. I'll give him back. I don't need him too. I'm sorry I had an affair, so please go back to the way things were. Please take him back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to move out, so I have to go. Wait. I'm sure you guys will receive a letter from my lawyer regarding the child support. Please work hard and pay it. I beg you, please help me, Rachel. My real boyfriend is coming. Hey, please help me. Eventually, it was discovered that the daughter was not Scott's child. Sarah was also demanded to return the money Scott had paid until now. She had no choice but to work. She is now exhausted from hard work, day and night. On the other hand, Scott is asking me to get back together, but I have been ignoring him. How can a person who cheated on his wife be forgiven? The world is not that easy. By the way, Sarah's real boyfriend found out about the whole thing. He took her daughter, his own child, to his parents' home and raised her with his own hands. Of course, he decided to keep his distance from Sarah.
Armando, sorry for the sudden message. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, no problem. What's up? You had your checkup today, right? Did something happen?
No, the baby is doing well. They told me it's still early, so I need to be very careful. It's my first pregnancy, so I need to do a lot of research. There are so many things I don't understand either.
Maybe you should just let nature take its course. You're going to be a mom, so there's a lot to look into. I'll support you as much as I can. My parents are very happy about it. What's up?
I was just thinking that you're going to be a dad too, so you should be more than happy. Besides, not only supporting me, you need to study too, okay? I think parenting is supposed to be done together by husband and wife.
Okay, I'll do my best in my study about being a good dad. Your parents passed away early, and the only close relatives are your grandparents. If you're going to have the baby at home, it'll be at my parents' house. So let's go home together this weekend.
Actually, about that, let's try to do our best together as much as possible, okay? I'm not thinking about going back home because I want us to do our best together as a married couple. And maybe could you tell your mother to hold off on the visits for a bit?
What's wrong with you? Why are you saying that all of a sudden?
She came to our house almost every day without an appointment. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to be stressed out in the future.
What are you talking about? You won't be stressed out since you don't need to take care of Mom. She's my mother. Mom wants a carefree relationship with you too, so you can depend on her more. She's the only mother you have, right?
But she doesn't even care when I was lying down with a migraine. She just entered the house, then said that if I keep lying down, I won't be able to give birth to a healthy child. She forced me to eat lukewarm vegetable soup too. She peeked into the fridge and stole things like ham and cheese. She made me clean the house with a rag because she thinks that I don't clean well enough. I can't do that since my morning sickness gets worse nowadays.
Well, it's true that our house is full of dust these days. It can't be helped.
What did you say?
I heard that my grandmother also educated my mom strictly about that. That's the way it's supposed to be. I don't mean to take her side, but I can understand why it bothered her to have the room filled with dust. She only grows enough crops for her own family now, but she used to be a hard-working farmer. I'm grateful for my mother's kindness.
After we got married, until I told her I was pregnant, she's been a very good mother-in-law, keeping a good distance from me. I feel like she's suddenly changed. Maybe she doesn't want any grandchildren.
No, that's not true. Both my mom and dad are really looking forward to see their grandchildren. I'm sure of it. Anyway, I'll let my mom know that you don't feel comfortable having her visiting our house every day.
Thanks. That would be great. She usually comes in here in a bad mood and often gives me some lectures about how to clean the house and hang the laundry. It's very stressful for me. She also told me that when she was at my age, her mother-in-law used to laugh at her if she couldn't do cleaning properly. She is full of sarcasm. I felt so depressed. I think this isn't good for my baby too since I'm pregnant.
Don't worry about that. I think she was only joking. My grandmother was very strict, so maybe that's why Mom wants to discipline her daughter-in-law in the same way. The fact is, you don't know much about house chores, so why don't you be a big girl and learn from her? It's good to learn, isn't it?
What kind of mother-in-law was your grandmother? Did she bully her daughter-in-law?
What? My grandmother spent her last years in a retirement home where she died, but she was a kind, normal grandmother. By the way, my dad said we can do whatever we want with our warehouse.
Are you talking about that old warehouse behind your parents' house? You said it was full of junk and hasn't been opened in years. So, what are you going to do with that old warehouse?
It's old, but it's sturdy, and there's a huge carpet inside. I heard that giving birth at home is the latest trend.
Is that so? I've never heard of it.
I think giving birth at home is a good idea. Pregnant women can give birth in the most relaxing place. The whole family can wait for the baby, and there's no need for immediate hospitalization.
There may be some disadvantages, so I'll have to look into it. What if there are hygiene problems and some other emergency matters?
Well, I think it'll be nice to have the whole family to support the childbirth. It doesn't sound like it would cost a lot of money either. I feel there are a lot of advantages for giving birth at home.
If you are being stingy and I end up in an emergency room at the hospital during childbirth, you'll have to pay more for that. It's my first childbirth, so I want to make sure I have the best support.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it later. So, if you're going to have the baby at home, you can have it there.
What?
So, you can clean up inside. Except for my dad's fishing gear, he said we can throw everything away. I'm glad to know that you can give birth to the baby at home.
What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? I just told you, didn't I? I'm not going back to my hometown, and I'm not having the baby at home.
Don't say that. Let's just get this over with, one step at a time.
Wait a minute. Don't decide on your own. I'm the one who's going to give birth, remember?
I'm sorry that Mom said all those terrible things to you.
Huh?
I'm having a hard time since you don't get along well with Mom. Next weekend, let's go thank my mom and dad together, okay?
Thank your parents?
I'm going back to work. I might be a little late today.
You always come home very late whenever you say that. Just come home early today for sure, okay? It's important. We need to discuss it properly.
Well, it's for my lovely wife, so I'll do my best.
That's a promise you must keep. We had this conversation. But my husband, Armando, came home after 10 p.m. and he was drunk. So as expected, I couldn't talk to him. I guess maybe he feels that it's hard to suddenly become a father. We had been married for 2 years and had been taking it easy, letting nature take its course and hoping to have a baby when it came. My husband doesn't really understand about pregnancy and childbirth, and my mother-in-law is a control freak woman. I'm a pregnant woman who is having a headache every day by dealing with people like them.
Cindy, where are you? I heard you ran away from home. Are you aware that you're in your last month of pregnancy? Where in the world are you?
I'm at our apartment. I can't do this anymore.
Seriously? What are you talking about? You're going to be a mother soon. You need to be tough, and you're not trying hard enough. If you don't get your act together, the baby inside you is gonna be worried.
It's just impossible. I went to your parents' house today because your mother suddenly called me. That alone was hard enough. Not only the relatives, but even the neighbors were gathered there. Then your mother suddenly introduced me to those people. I had to serve tea while struggling with my big belly, and everyone asked me lots of questions. And then they all went on and on about the ins and outs of giving birth at home. What on earth was your mother trying to do?
They're all concerned since it's your first time to give birth, so don't take it personally. The culture in the countryside is just like that. People treat you as a family member.
I heard your mother gave birth to you in that warehouse. She was working even in the last month of pregnancy and went out to the fields right after the birth. She told me in a very grumpy way, I don't want to suffer from the same fate.
Yes, I heard that my mother gave birth to me at that warehouse. It's in the countryside. She said that a midwife helped her during the childbirth. That must have been a memorable birth, right?
Of course not. Besides, I heard that your grandmother took the baby. I can't imagine a childbirth like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Are you telling me that your mother will be the midwife during my childbirth? You gotta be kidding me. I started shuddering just by thinking about it.
Of course she will. You need a certificate to become a midwife, and Mom has it.
That's not what I meant. I don't want my mother-in-law to be there for my childbirth. I don't want to be seen by her.
But I might be at work when you go into labor, so I won't be at your side. Don't you think it would be safer to have someone by your side at that time?
No way. I don't feel safe at all with your mother beside me. I'd rather be alone than to be together with that grumpy woman.
What's wrong with you? You seem to be hysterical. Is there a problem with your hormonal balance? It's hard for me too, being caught between my wife and mother. Just listen to what Mom tells you. It's as simple as that. If you don't get along with my parents, you are going to face more hardship in the future.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I'm the eldest son in the family, so I have to live with my parents sooner or later.
I didn't hear anything about living together with your parents. You are the eldest son, and the farm owned by your family is now out of business. That's what your mother said when we got married. We should create a lifestyle together that fits us. I don't think we have to live together with your parents.
You're so silly. Why can't you understand Mom's true intention? Our ancestors have been farmers for generations, and it must be hard to give up the fields we inherited. That's why we need to live together. I'll work outside the house, and you can help the farm with my parents. We're going to have a baby. It's the best timing, right?
Oh my God, my stomach's aching.
Seriously? Are you okay?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe I'm just too excited. I'm going to the hospital from now.
Pull yourself together, Cindy. The baby is my parents' long-awaited first grandchild. If anything happens, call me right away.
I'll call you later.
Cindy, where are you now? You just texted me that you're going back home and you need some time alone. I don't understand it all. What on earth is going on? Please explain to me, Cindy. I'll let Mom know about this, okay? I don't care if you regret it later. You finally read my message. What on earth were you thinking, Cindy? Where have you been all this time? I've asked your grandparents and your friends, but nobody's heard anything from you. You only left a short note, but you read my messages, so the police wouldn't take any action against you. I'm so anxious, you know. Can you tell me what happened?
I was at your parents' house the whole time.
Huh?
You said you were going to report to your mother. You never called your parents even once. Can you explain that to me? Were you afraid that your parents will find out that your wife ran away from you?
It's not like that. It's just, I didn't want them to worry.
Well, that's okay. After you finish your work today, please come over to your parents' house.
My parents' house, okay. How's your health? Are you eating enough? By the way, I took the food delivery and ate some instant food all the time. As my wife, you should take responsibility for that.
I'm fine. Your mom taught me how to make molokea salad.
Oh, that's good. It's a wife's duty to learn the taste of her husband's family. But I thought you hate molokea. I'm proud of Mom because she made you overcome your dislikes.
It was hard when I had morning sickness, but now it tastes great.
We grow vegetables in our garden. You should ask Mom to teach you how to farm too. And you should keep eating it.
Why don't you learn from your mother then?
Well, farmers need strong women to take care of everything. My father doesn't do much work. I don't think a man would be of much use. Why don't you let Mom teach you? She's a good teacher. You don't get many great teachers like that nowadays.
Yeah, she was a really good mother-in-law. You know what? Molokea is rich in folic acid, which is necessary for pregnant women. Also, you should avoid ham and natural cheese in the first trimester of pregnancy. I was surprised when I looked it up later. I'm ashamed of my ignorance. Your mother is really well educated.
Glad to hear that you're willing to accept the fact now. You should thank Mom and listen to her. If you do that, you'll be safe from now on. Are you trying to live together with them now? You should have said something to me about that. I'm sure we'll have a great family now. 5 of us, including the baby, and we'll live happily ever after.
Once again, looking back at what you said, it's really irritating. Messages are so handy in a situation like this.
What are you talking about?
I saw the messages you sent to your mother.
Huh?
The more I look at those messages, the more I realize how much it sucks. You told your mother that I want to live with her and her husband to help the farm in the future. Also, that I want to raise my child in the countryside and help to bridge the gap between your parents and the people around them. I didn't say anything like that. How dare you told so many lies to your mother?
I thought it would go more smoothly if I said it was my wife's idea. I've been thinking about it a lot myself.
You told your mother that since I grew up with my grandparents, she'll have to be very strict with me. Moreover, you said that I'm a penny pincher, that I don't want to hire someone to do the housework. So you told your mom to let me do all the housework. I can't believe you convinced your mother to be a snitch. What on earth are you thinking? I've never heard of a son forcing his own mother to be a wife beater. Your mother must have been in a lot of pain.
To call my mom a wife beater is an exaggeration. She was just trying to educate you so that you can be a good farmer's wife.
I don't think so. Don't say it like your mother did it. It was your order, wasn't it? To top it off, she said it was my dream to have a home birth and that I want to use the warehouse where you were born. Those are lies.
I was just trying to do the right thing.
Stop kidding me. Your mother is almost neurotic over this matter. That's why she's so grumpy. I can understand her feeling now.
What? Why? Isn't it exciting to have a son and a grandson born at the same place?
Are you crazy? Where in the world would a pregnant woman like to give birth in a dingy warehouse with zero sanitation? Your mother had no choice at that time because your grandmother was bullying her. I feel sorry for your mother.
What do you mean by bully?
Your mother cried and told me that she was in pain because she remembered what her mother-in-law did to her. Can you explain the details?
Crying? Why?
Your grandmother was the worst woman in the neighborhood. She must have been a terrible person.
No, she wasn't. She was a kind grandmother to me.
The neighbors were really surprised when you were born. You're not even 30 years old yet, so it was only 30 years ago. It wasn't during the war or anything, okay? In those days, most mother-in-laws made their children's wives work like slaves and bullied them like forcing them to give birth in a dirty warehouse. Both lives of the mother and child were in danger because there's a high possibility of infection during the childbirth. That's why she only gave birth to you. You didn't know that, did you? Your mother is suffering alone.
I didn't know about that at all.
If it's the trend nowadays that I want to use the warehouse for childbirth, she'd like to respect that. But she wanted to convince me to give it up because it wasn't safe after all. That's why she got the neighbors and relatives all gathered to tell me the details about home births. I think that's her true intention. It was a form of kindness from the neighbors and your mother. I feel bad that I didn't listen to everyone's opinion calmly at that time.
I had no idea about that. To me, my grandmother was a kind woman who had a lot of knowledge about everything. I wonder why she was bullying my mother.
I think it's because your grandmother was a penny pincher.
I'm sorry, but really, I was just trying to be a nice husband to you. I didn't mean to make you or Mom suffer.
As the conclusion, I'm divorcing you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Calm down. No one would allow you to do such thing. First of all, what are you going to do after the divorce? You're heavily pregnant and you have no relatives to rely on.
For your information, I have parents.
What? Your parents died and you don't have any siblings. Did you lie to me about that?
To be precise, I now have parents. I'm going to be adopted by your parents. I'm so happy that I could cry like a baby.
You're divorcing me because of that? I don't understand. Stop talking nonsense.
Your parents are going to cut ties with you.
No kidding. I'm their only son. I don't think they'll do that.
They said that you are a stupid son. I could tell how hard it was for your mother to cope when I saw her messages with you. When you actually tell her to become a wife beater, she told me that you sounded just like her mother-in-law. She doesn't want to see your face because you remind her of what your cruel grandmother said and done in the past.
I don't think my mother would say such a thing about me. I didn't order her to be a wife beater. I just thought that's how the relationship was with wives and mothers-in-law in the real world.
In a way, you're also your grandmother's victim. I'm sorry to hear that.
Maybe you're right.
Even if your parents adopted me, it would be legally difficult for me to keep you apart from me. As long as you're alive, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't come near my parents' house. They have agreed to leave me as much of their property as possible in the form of a living will to their grandchildren. I'll take care of your parents on behalf of you. I don't need you anymore.
Oh no, what am I supposed to do from now?
You'll end up just like your grandmother, dying alone in a retirement home.
No way, give me a break. I'm sorry for what I've done, Cindy. I'll listen to you wholeheartedly from now on. We'll raise the child together, okay? The child in your belly is mine, right? I'm also obligated to raise the child.
Are you telling me that you still don't understand your current situation?
What do you mean by that?
It's too late. My love and affection for you have worn out. Even your mother said the same thing.
I was just trying my best to be good to my family.
To be honest, I'm not blaming you for ordering your mother to become a wife beater. The main reason of our divorce is I can't take any more of your insensitive word choice and attitude. My child will suffer too if I stay married to you. I'll leave the rest to the lawyers. Please talk through them if you want to talk to me.
Wait a minute, Cindy.
Armando was very stubborn that he refused to cooperate and did not agree to the divorce. It was quite a struggle, but after the baby was born, we somehow managed to get divorced without incident. Of course, I gave birth at the hospital. My first child was a healthy baby girl. In the end, it was probably a good thing for my daughter's sake. The relationship between me and Armando's mother is very good now. I can live moderately well with my daughter between us. I'm very thankful for her support. About Armando's father, he's being nice to me, but secretly, I think he's afraid that his wife is going to divorce him after what happened with Armando. That's why currently, he's trying his best to be devoted to his wife. I think it's a good thing. I don't know what the future holds for me yet, but I would like to discuss it thoroughly with my family.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!